Hello and welcome to another update video about ADA. So ADA is currently moving here in this potential, diagonal structure. It came down very deep now. I mean, I intentionally set this support area lower than I would normally do it for a wave 4, because I thought, look, this could be a diagonal, lots of emotion, lots of profit taking, so it could come down, comes a bit lower. And it seems to so far have reacted more or less actually to the golden ratio. Yeah, so it came down, it didn't really close below it, and it's now moving higher. It's not enough to say that price has bottomed here in a wave 4 and that we are moving up in a wave 5. Absolutely not. The idea is to observe this now, to be extremely skeptical about this because of a few things. First of all, we are moving here. If this is bullish, then this is likely a diagonal. I mean, I've got another idea for another wave count, which is also potentially bullish, but it's also very, very it doesn't give you really a different perspective on it. It just is a different micro count in which I would just say, okay, we had a wave 1 here with this high on the 24th of June. Then we had some kind of a truncated WXY, which is exactly exotic. Okay, so W, probably here the X wave and the Y wave would have bottomed here or so. But again, then also we had a 1, 2, and then also you could say that this was the 3, this is the 4, and we're now moving up in a 5. So it's a very similar wave count essentially. But honestly, it's the same thing really. So here wave 3, wave 4 and wave 5. It's become a very unreliable wave count. So what does that mean? That means we have to be ready that this count will morph. I've been telling you that a few times, so don't be surprised if support areas break or if we have to make any adjustments to this chart. It's just not a clear impulse. Yeah, so we have to be on our toes with this one. Obviously, I'm observing now, are we on our way up? And I think, we could fill in this fifth wave now if yesterday's low is holding. So as long as yesterday's low at 31.6 cents is holding, we can be on track in wave 5. I'm just not confident about it. So I would not be surprised if I have to make a change and if this fails, because Bitcoin is expected to make another low. But you know how it works. I mean, all it needs to Bitcoin to break through resistance, and the altcoins are probably going to go. So don't look too much at correlations, because if you look at correlations, then you assume that always the Bitcoin analysis is always right? Because it might not, okay? So just embrace that uncertainty. Just look here at the ADA chart, and at the moment this would still be a valid wave 4, but I'm saying again, it's a very unreliable chart. Such a deep wave 4 is completely unreliable. In the same way, what would be the alternative? I mean, I could say, okay, maybe another 1-2 setup, especially also unlikely, equally unlikely, if not more, because that wave 1 would be far too massive compared to the previous ones. I mean, the bearish alternative is that it's just a WXY and we're coming down. But that's why I would observe and pay attention to this swing low at 31.6 cents. And below that level, we are probably dealing with a very important structural support level. That is not really FIB support, but that's structural support at 30.5 cents. If that level breaks, I think we have a failure and price topped in 3 waves. Until then, I would tentatively leave the option open for it to go higher. Because look at the chart, the 30.5 cent level here was so important. It was a real breakout point. Might be it's just coming down to retest it, even though it would be quite deep for a retest, and that might change sentiment back to bearish. So I'm just observing that level here. First of all, yesterday's low, then the 30.5 cent level below that. It's probably going to move bearish. Would need to look at the structure then to determine the wave count, but it would be a 3-wave top. W, X, Y probably, and then in the Y wave an ABC. But on the contrary, if we hold yesterday's low, next resistance will be 38 cents. And above that level, I mean, it can go up quickly, right? Because this is the level price has not managed to break through in May, in June. So when it was above it, it did spike quite quickly all the way up to 46 cents. So that could be a bit of a breakout point here. And I highlighted to you yesterday, this might also form an inverse head and shoulders. You just don't get here at the moment the most reliable Elliott wave count, which means not that Elliott wave doesn't work or that Elliott wave is wrong or whatever. It just means that Elliott wave tells us that this is a structure in which the bulls and the bears are still fighting a lot. There is not really a clear winner at this stage yet. So things can change quickly. There's not much more to say about that at the moment. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button and leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.